okay, we got this model in, and then said, you know what? Now, we got them stable. They got sometimes their income isn't high enough, or you're not connected to a stable enough family that can give you the right kind of support, financial and other things. Where they're not going to live anywhere. No one will rent to them. So what the same folks that set up NAMI came back together and said, well, we're going to set up a community housing development organization, a CHODO they're called, that is going to get money and develop housing only for people that are mentally ill. And that's all they're going to do. They're not going to do any service. They're going to be landlords and housing developers, and they're going to supply housing to that group. So they got together. Again, they're pretty politically savvy. They got a grant from the state to set up this organization. They hired an executive director. First thing that she did was do a grant search. And then they found a kind of like a fairly new program from the McKinney-Vento group of homeless and housing sources where Section 8 comes out of, and some other supportive housing programs comes out of. And they found a program called Shelter Plus Care. And Housing Initiatives got one of those. There it is, and now Mike's going to explain how that thing works.
Thank you, Dean. Yes, for Housing Initiatives, what I do primarily is I administer the Shelter Plus Care grant for the Dane County Department of Human Services, and I'll tell you a little about what that relationship's all about as well. As it says up there, the Shelter Plus Care program was authorized in 1993 as part of the McKinney-Vento Act. The McKinney-Vento Act was an act that was passed in Congress and signed into law in 1987. It was named after two congressmen, one Stuart McKinney, a Republican in Connecticut, and Bruce Vento, a Democrat in Minnesota. One thing that we've learned throughout all the years is that homeless programs, and the McKinney-Vento Act was the first act in the federal government that created the 10 to 20 homeless housing and service and shelter programs that are now running throughout the country today. And one thing that we've learned over the years is that homeless funding programs, funding for homeless programs achieve quite a bit of bipartisan support. The McKinney-Vento Act is, every few years, is reauthorized by Congress. And I just wanted to tell you one thing that, I wrote it down here, from the congressional findings when they reauthorized it in 1999. And what it says is one of their findings is that the causes of homelessness are many and complex, and homeless individuals have diverse needs. One thing that you've probably been talking about in all your different sessions today has been about how poverty isn't simply the state of not having enough money. There are a lot of other issues that are involved in that. Likewise with homelessness, it's not simply about the state of not having a place to stay. There are many other attendant issues. These programs that McKinney-Vento authorizes and funds tackle the wide variety of issues that surround homelessness. Shelter Plus Care, the program that we run, is one strictly for people who are homeless, been diagnosed with severe mental illness. And when they come into our program, then we require them to be receiving supportive services, usually in the form of clinical case management. I'll talk with you a little about that.